Should we go with the one that's an extra couple of seconds? That's Prime UK or
Yeah.
Nah, Prime Video. We don't like Brits.
hey, start with the racially charged.
Welcome to the $127 React, where today we're going to be doing The Lord of the Rings of Power. We have Anakin, Yule, and Jeff here today, and we're going to give some thoughts before we watch it. So let's start with Mr. Yule Woods. What do you think?
Yeah, I've never seen any Lord of the Rings material. I tried to watch Lord of the Rings at Regency. I showed up late. I showed up an hour and a half late. I
Which
fell
one?
asleep in. Which one has the epic battle?
All of them?
It was Twin Towers, y'all. I know because you
Okay.
were supposed to come watch it with us.
I
And you
showed
showed up
but-
like halfway through the movie.
Dude, this is shit. I showed up
Terrible
halfway
person.
through the movie. I fell asleep. I
Oh
woke
my
up and the movie was still going. The movies are too long. I have never seen Lord of the Rings film, so I don't know jack shit about Lord of the Rings. Like,
How
Hey,
you
no.
fall asleep? You literally like rode your bike across half the country.
dude,
You-
it was so. It was like I came in a battle sequence. I fell asleep, and they were still fighting when I woke up.
This is
Went on a
pure
train ride.
escapism, like
Yeah,
to the
it's-
highest degree. Pure
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah.
These movies, they created fantasy basically, like dwarves, elves, all that. Lord of the Rings, dude, that was the
I-
beginning. Like
I
this,
get
literally.
I get it. It
This is
catapulted a
blueprint,
genre.
bro.
But why does it have to be so fucking long, dude?
Because there's a lot.
It's an
There's
epic.
It's a
those
lot.
books.
Dude,
You
what
play
is-
D&D, man. It's like the
Yeah.
same thing.
Do you want to know what I heard,
Fuck
Yule? The first two episodes of this series are going to be 3 hours long each and
Are you serious?
talk about the prologue.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right.
I don't know
God.
if that's real, but
I don't
It's
doubt
real. It's gonna be
Supposed to
real.
Is
be
it?
the most expensive show like ever.
it. I
That's
don't
dumb.
doubt it. Who's making? Who's producing
Yeah,
it?
I'll look it up.
Amazon.
Amazon? Oh, that makes
Bezos.
Bezos put his money into it. He said,
Yeah.
I launched a penis rocket to space. Let's make Lord of the Rings. I'll play Gollum.
Pretty good casting.
All right,
Give it a
Anakin,
work
go.
for that.
Yeah, I don't know too much
Oh.
about this series. I've seen the books. I've read The Hobbit, and I've read Return of the King. For some reason, I singled that book out and not the first two books. Never read The Silmarillion, which I think this series is gonna be like sort of based on, kind of.
Yeah.
And I literally know nothing. Huge fan of the movies.
Dale, what are your thoughts?
So I know this show is supposed to take place during I believe, the first age of man, and the Lord of the Rings takes place in the third age.
Wow,
So this
Dale
is-
already knows way more than all of us.
Yeah, I know that much. So I know it's going to be, I believe it is supposed to be like kind of loosely based off the Silmarillion. And I looked it up, and yeah, the first season alone is going to cost $462 million.
Holy shit.
And it's going to cost Amazon over $1 billion total. So
Oh,
Yeah.
mama.
it's breaking records. So definitely money's been put into this thing. I'm pretty hyped for this. Like I'll watch it. So
I mean, I've seen
Imagine
like
it
behind the
sucked.
scenes stuff, and it looks pretty well like produced. So I'm not surprised.
For the amount of money that they put into this, if there's any CGI in this trailer, it's going to be a Remy's rat nest for me. Sorry. I mean, I like the Lord of the Rings movies. I read The Hobbit. I read half of the Fellowship. And then I got bored around Dingle Hopper, Bippy Skippy, whatever the hell his name is.
I seem racially charged.
He's just some guy in a swamp. He's Bombadillo.
Oh,
Nibbly,
Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm glad they cut him out of the movies because he was in 3 chapters of that book. Totally took me out of it.
You know, he wrote an entire book just for his character.
I'm glad I didn't read that
Yeah.
book.
There's a whole book about him.
Dimple,
Yeah.
Dingleberry, I don't want it. I'm out. If he's in this
Dingleberry?
movie, if he's in this TV show, out. Amazon wasted money. That's my
It goes-
thing right there.
It goes from a rat nest to a Sobolski.
He's
Immediate.
Jeff, actually, he's like from the beginning of time, and he's been through like the whole like growth of like the world. So there's a good chance he might be in this show.
I give
So-
such a goofy fucking idiot character such power.
It's a good point.
Why?
Good chance.
All right.
He's like a god.
That's my thoughts on this Rings of Power.
Never seen Jeff so upset before. No, that's not true. You were pissed about Ridley Scott, so
Hey, he's
I
not
can't
part of
remember
this. Don't bring it in. All right, you ready?
All right.
Yes, let's
All
start
right,
this.
I'm ready.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
What else is out there?
I guess we started.
We did.
There's wonders
Yo.
in this world, beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
What was that? CGI. I'm out.
That was the trailer? Holy shit! How fuck? That was like what? 30 seconds? Oh, it was an hour. It was a minute.
That looks pretty nice. I'm excited for that.
It looks less CGI than The Hobbit, and
Nope.
I've actually seen a really cool behind the scenes photo from the set, and I think the water sequence they actually showed in the trailer, that was the behind the scenes, and they actually shot it in the water. So like they built that set. It wasn't like CGI water or anything.
All right, I will kick us off because I started us off. Lord of the Rings. That's what I saw. I saw a black elf. I saw some controversy around that on Reddit. But that bro's hair is tight. And he caught an arrow. That was cool. I'm in the same vein as Jeff though, because like I would have liked to see this entirely practical. The monster was CGI. The chick who was hanging onto the wall was CGI. I feel like that could have been practical too. Like she looked like a PS5 character. It was realistic. It looked good, but it was still CGI. And I would rather like see that actual. Because like the one scene where like they're coming in and they have those like antler creature thingies. I don't know what the fuck they were called. That looked practical. Because the way they were moving and like, you know, it looked like it was people struggling under props. It looked good. So I don't have a gauge. I'm not hype at all. For me, that was like a bunch of sequences. You could have put that with anything and it'd be like, oh, okay, this is fantasy.
You
So-
felt like how I felt during Doctor Strange.
Yeah, literally, I felt like I saw a bunch of sequences and they looked great, but I don't know what the fuck
Mhm.
any of this connects to. So, you know, I guess I'll just go off of production quality alone. I hate Amazon, but they did put their money into it and it definitely shows. So I will give it off of the looks alone, I'll give it I was going to say a 6.5. That seems harsh. I'll give it a 7. Now I'll give it a
Nice.
6.75. I'll back down just a bit.
Nice.
Um,
Can I go next?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
for it.
for
All right,
it.
I'm down with 6.7.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, so I feel like it's kind of harsh to judge it purely off of like everything not being practical. Just being realistic with a show on this kind of yes, but the Silmarillion and all that, like it's literally like crazy cataclysmic events and all this other stuff. Like this is like it's not practical to do everything practical, especially if you want to have scenes where you have thousands of people in it or something. It's like, well, you know, you don't have unlimited money. Yes, there's CGI, but there is some practical like stuff to balance it, and the CGI that is there, it doesn't look like bad. I feel like the original Lord of the Rings, like everyone loved those because it was like all practical pretty much. Like there was CGI, but it was mostly about the practical. But then there was like The Hobbit where it went a little bit too CGI. I think this movie is kind of finding that balance between the two. I'm excited, at least production quality wise, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I mean I love Lord of the Rings, so I'm pretty hyped, so I'll give it like a 9.
All right, strong, solid.
I'll go
Was there
next.
anything else?
Yeah. It's I mean, this is like it says if you look, it says it's a teaser trailer. So we're gonna get a lot more in the official trailer, hopefully, unless it's like Doctor Strange where the official trailer is actually worse than the teaser. But but yeah, everything looks cool so far. CGI doesn't look too wonky. And like Dale said, like, you know, that's just how Hollywood is now. You can't expect them to like go all out like that, especially for a series. If like the series does well, you know, who knows, they're gonna maybe want to do more seasons. And if they do more seasons, you know, costs
I think they're already cleared to do season 2.
Well, see, there you go. That's the
So-
thing with like TV shows is like
Jesus.
you get really something bombastic like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you gotta keep the expectations within check. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've never read Silmarillion, so I don't know any of the OG stuff. So I'm pretty excited to explore it through this show. So so far I'll give it like a 8.5.
8.5. Got you. You're down.
You sound dumb.
No, I said you're down.
Okay.
Put your number down. Fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? Yeah. Jeff. Anyway.
If I had $1 billion to put into this movie series,
Oh.
I would have built a whole town. I would have built the whole damn castle. You know, a $1 billion castle in the middle of nowhere. What did I see? I don't know. I really don't know what I saw in this trailer. I saw some fantasy stuff. Did it hype me? Not really. Amazon, their production company is very shoddy.
Shoddy?
I think the only good thing that's come from Amazon Studios has been like The Boys. Like everything else I've seen from Amazon, it's not something that hypes me. It's like, wow, you put a lot of money into this, but my attention is not captured.
Yeah, there's
And
just
I-
something about like their studio, like their movie studios. It's like the movies when they come out, it just has this weird feeling to it, you know, like
Yeah,
it was like a movie produced in a lab. That's what it feels like.
and this feels like that. When I read The Lord of the Rings, there's a whole like 4 chapters or something that's a prologue to The Lord of the Rings. And I've tried to read that, and the 3 times I attempted Lord of the Rings, it has taken me out of the book before I even started it. So I feel like if this thing that they're saying, the 3 hours, 6 hours total for 2 episodes, 3 hours each, to prologue this, that's probably going to take me out of it, like immediately. You're telling me you're going to spend 2 episodes and this isn't even the main story and it's going to be 3 hours each?
That's the Lord of the Rings experience, though.
Honestly, that's how I felt about Fellowship of the Ring. Like the whole beginning intro sequence, like
Yeah,
it was
but that
really
was
long.
Minutes. It's 5
Huh?
minutes. It's
No,
like
it was
5
like
to 10
30
minutes.
minutes.
It wasn't 30 minutes to
Yeah,
tell you
'cause-
about how the rings went to the
No, I
bottom
mean,
and the goblins
like I'm
were-
like including like like Frodo and like introducing them and stuff.
Oh, that
It took
was
a long
long.
time to get like the
Yeah.
Fellowship going.
It's like the first hour.
Yeah.
Of the 4
you-
hours.
Up
Yeah.
until they form the fellowship, it's like an hour.
Yeah.
This is the
first
point where I would have
bit.
fell asleep.
So have you guys heard like of the controversy around the show?
Real quick, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
You're gonna give it a 6. Okay.
Six.
I didn't give my
Yeah,
number.
I was about to ask your number, Jeff.
Go ahead, Hannigan.
Have you guys heard about the controversy around the show?
On the set, or like you mean just in general?
About how there's no black people in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of been a running joke amongst black people. So yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, people have brought it up about the movies before, but like now that the show's coming out and there's actually black people in the show,
Yeah.
like there's people, those
that want-
people that are like, why is there black people in Lord of the Rings? There's no black people in Lord of the Rings. Well,
Now they're
there
here.
is. Yeah, there
They
is.
arrived. It's nice to see some representation of Black Elf. Different. I'm with it. His cut, like I said, his
This-
haircut looks.
I'm
looks
waiting
good.
for my number to be called. Yeah.
You're.
You're,
Yeah.
you're next, bro.
Yeah. We need our turn in Lord of the Rings.
Let's get a Hmong wizard in there.
Oh, that would actually
Yes.
be kind of dope.
Six rings for the elves, 3 rings for mankind, and 1 ring for me, the Asian wizard.
1 ring to the Asians,
Yeah. Yeah.
or 10 rings to the Asians.
Oh,
Oh,
I got that reference.
Yeah.
the com-
There we go.
Yo, what's
Compendium.
our aggregate score?
Oh, my bad. Divide that by 4, please. 7.56 out of 10.
Wow, that's lower than Doctor Strange.
Honestly, it looks about on the same level. I would put it
It's fair.
MCU
Like-
level. Yeah.
I feel like it's a more polarizing thing to watch than Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, it's an MCU film. Most people are gonna enjoy it, to an extent.
Yeah.
That movie, I feel like if you're not already invested in Lord of the Rings a little bit, you could totally just just not be interested. So
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised they like put so much money
Plus
into
it's
this. It doesn't
Amazon,
feel like
so.
but I just feel like the target audience isn't there. You know, this is like going beyond. Like I said, this is like Knights of the Old Republic. Like there are Star Wars fans, and then there's people who don't know what KOTOR is. So you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I
It's
just feel
got the
like
name brand recognition.
Yeah, I
got
mean it's
Lord
Lord of the
Show.
Rings,
character.
Rings of Power. People love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it's
They're gonna
got
watch
the
it for sure.
that's true. That's
it's
true.
got the clout.
Okay, I don't remember where I heard this from, but apparently the reason there's no black people in Lord of the Rings is because I think they're supposed to be the orcs. Like there's
Orcs? Are you serious?
yeah,
No,
like
orcs are created from
no, I know, but like from the world standpoint, like worldview standpoint of like Lord of the Rings, but like if we're talking like
That's what they were supposed to represent.
yeah, meta wise outside the
All right.
books.
Let me
Like
fix the score real fast. Let's get some Rimmies.
I don't know how true this is because I've never read the
Oh, shit.
Silmarillion or any like background stuff.
There we go.
But I remember someone telling me like that's why. I mean, like, come on, it was like the 20s, 40s. Like, come on, racism was huge.
Yeah, I want to say watching the movies, I heard a couple of lines because I watched them like a couple of weeks ago with Emily. First time she had seen them, and I remember them saying a couple of lines about the orcs, and I was like,
That seems
Right?
"This
problematic.
is a little
See?
weird to say."
That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
I just looked up the whole black person thing, and I don't think it's like there's no like I don't think there's like a canonical reason why there's no black people. I think he just did it because like he kept it only white people because of he was basing it off of purely European myth, stories, and legends. It wasn't like there's not like a lore reason. I don't think
Right.
they
No black
just
people in
aren't.
Europe.
Yeah, I don't think there ever
it was a different time.
I think
you
what
know?
I understood was just like because that's just kind of like the era he like Tolkien was in himself.
Yeah.
You know, where like racism was big and like
I
what's
don't
that
think
guy with
it's racist for him to not have black people in it.
We
Like,
need
I
to
mean,
go
people make
further south.
shows where they're only, Asian people or only black people or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, because
That's
we're
not
getting
racist.
bullied nowadays.
You-
Come on,
you-
I mean, he
Crazy
made
Rich
this-
Asians, Shang-Chi, that only came out because of the Asian hate, man.
He
I
wrote
want
this
them to
he
go-
wrote this 100 years ago. I don't know.
Does he have the other continent, the southern continent, Middle Africa, where the hobbits are there? We got that.
Is that a thing?
The
Is that a
hobbits are
canonical?
white.
I woke up the baby with my African Lord of the Rings. So
All right.
African
You
Lord
heard
of
it.
the Rings. Let's get that made. Amazon. Throw $1 billion our way. We'll make a couple of African hobbit villages.
Somehow I feel like it's more problematic. Wow, we really did make this racially charged, like we said.
Keep to our
Yeah.
promise. That's what we do.
We said we
Yeah.
were gonna do it. We had to follow through.
We had
We
to
can
do it
get
to him.
going. We can make it more
Now I'm
racist if you want.
Oh, God, no, please.
Want to talk about the
Oh, God.
Dwarvish Underground Railroad?
Is there one?
You know,
Oh, okay.
during the
Well,
war? Middle
we've got
Africa.
we got 4 billion to burn, buddy.
Wait, did you say we're gonna make our own underground railroad?
Yeah, if we have
What?
a billion Amazon dollars.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh God. Thank you for watching. If you somehow are still watching this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more racially charged episodes like this one, where we react to anything and all because we don't know what the fuck we're watching.
Controversy is key. 127
Gotta
controversial
get them
statements.
clicks up.
It
Yep.
sells, baby. It sells.
Yep.
Good lord.
That's the title of this one.
Make sure to share it on
127
Twitter.
React, Rings of Power, parentheses, racist in all caps with a exclamation point and question mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Make sure
we
you
gotta-
guys share it on Twitter and cancel us so we will get more clicks and views on the video.
If anything,
gotta-
we won't get canceled. We brought awareness, right?
You'll
Twitter.
That's right.
tweet-
We're defending
Yeah.
people of color.
right.
Movie
And
stats, yeah.
Yule, can you really quickly
Huh.
for the thumbnail for the the clickbait
No.
title? Can you go like this?
No,
Can you do that?
I'm
So
not
we
selling
can-
my
we
soul,
can put,
Jeff.
like, little circles and
No.